Well, you're hearing some good talk here this morning about what goes on every afternoon on the daytime.
Don't hold back, guys.
Maybe we ought to talk a little bit about the impact of this trial. Have they stopped doing the gavel-to-gavel thing?
Yes, they have. And it's interesting because today is the day. We're going to see what the networks are really going to do, I think, today.
Why?
Because today is the day that Denise Brown goes on the stand and the networks decide not to cut away to her. Then I think the only person they will cut away to, most likely, might be Mark Furman, but I don't think so, and O.J. if he testifies. And I think this is going to be how we're going to tell.
I think they might. They did say, I know because we have been discussing it extensively with them because it really affects my business. I'm a weekly magazine. This cover that we have next week, actually, anybody who buys this cover is going to find out what's happening in 2 weeks because NBC, they preempted everything during the opening statement days, and so it really does. You don't know what you're going to be able to cover.
Case in point, Hank and Nora's Valentine's Day wedding, the theme being Valentine's Day, is a week late, so they're going to look real stupid.
February sweeps are going to be in March now.
Valentine's Day will fall on the 17th in Landview. Actually, ABC has had their finger on the O.J. trigger. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I guess it was. But a lot less. Well, there wasn't a gun involved. A lot less than the other two networks. They didn't cut away for that first day where the people sat around and nothing really happened. But I don't know what's happened here at Channel 5, but at work the phones have been ringing off the hook with people saying, truly, get this off.
I mean,
and I think they get O.J. off, yes.
Fans don't want to see O.J. because you can see it there are so many outlets for O.J. You can watch Court TV, you can watch CNN. There's no reason, and also a good deal of the testimony is very dry. I think for Denise Brown, though,
and we'll see what happens today because she's supposed to come on the stand.
For her.
And this will be a pulse to see how they're going to do it.
And actually, Denise Brown is a witness that if you're going to cut away, she might be one of the people to do it for. I mean, it's real drama.
Now, if they don't cut away for her, then I think they're pretty much saying they're not going to do it for much of anything, and if and when O.J. takes the stand, and closing arguments, absolutely.
So, in effect, it hasn't affected the soaps as much as believed.
Well, you see, it was the preliminary hearings where we were devastated because they were continuous. I mean, they just covered and covered and covered, and you never knew what you were going to do, and people didn't know when to tune in. They lost trains of thought, and stories lost all of their momentum.
And I think, not to be cynical, but one of the reasons why they may have decided not to cut away, remember, this is February. This is where they really want their ratings to show. They don't want a group of make-goods, which is when if you don't show the commercial when you were going to show, you got to show it another time and not charge for it. And they're thinking, wait a minute, this is where we set our revenue for the next year. I don't think so. So I think a lot has to do with that, too.
They lost millions of dollars.
There's big money to be lost by carrying the O.J. trial, and especially, as Lynda said, during the month of February. And when the stories, that's when the stories peak. It's when they're hot. And to cut away and show this real-life soap opera, especially, as Mimi said, when you can turn on CNN and E, and those people who want to see the trial can see the trial unless they don't have cable.
And I should confess, I'm one of the people who's like clicking back and forth all day because I am fascinated by it.
You're a Court TV junkie, though.
I mean, it is a fascinating trial, but the thing is there are places you can get it. You can get it at night, you can get recaps, you can get all kinds of things. But, you know, let me just say one thing because it was kind of interesting. The soaps lost viewers, and those viewers, many of them, did not return. The ratings never quite got back up to where they had been prior to the preliminary trials, and I think they realized that people aren't quite as loyal as they used to be.
Well, they learned they can do without it.
They learned that they could live without it, and I don't think they want to give people the opportunity to realize that that they can get through their days without their soap.
Easiest habit to make or break.
This happened during the Ollie North hearings back in '88. They really cut away to cover that for days at a time. And people, well, maybe said, maybe I'll go bowling. And someone determines, hey, I like to bowl. And they don't go back to Days of Our Lives.
Now there are VCRs. So what if they tape it? What does that do for the network? VCR taping does not count on your ratings.
Well,
it does.
But
they devalue it because how many people are sitting and watching the commercials?
Yeah, but the point is that they're not going to keep watching or taping or doing anything if they're not getting their soap.
Okay, it's got finger ready.
Speaking of people.
You guys are terrific.
And never shut up.
We love you too, Fred.
Good morning. Go right ahead. Hi.
Hello?
Hi there. Good morning.
Hi.
What's on your mind today?
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I can ask one question. So I wanted to ask about all my children, and it's been bothering me. ever since they had the reunion with the All My Children people, you know,
Yeah.
I thought that Erica's brother Mark was gay. I thought he broke up with Ellen and was gay. And then here he was with Ellen on there. I don't know why I think that, but it's bothering me.
You have a very fertile imagination because that is about as far from anything that ever happened in Pine Valley
or ever will.
The only thing that did happen was the counselor and
the closest
Devin.
thing was when
no,
the character of Lynn Carson, played by
Donna Pass.
came out as gay years ago, and Devin thought she was falling in love with her, but that was about it. No, Mark is not gay, and
he's a very straight arrow, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you guys willing to grant that he's the ultimate expert on All My Children?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yield to that?
Oh, absolutely.
With a top 10 book on the New York Times top 10
There's
bestseller.
nobody that can touch
And why is this important?
Well,
what's important about this is that now you can go to the bookstore and find it in the New York Times bestseller list section and not call me and ask me where to get it. I'm tired of it.
Have you been inundated with calls?
Oh my God, people in this building. Our program director's trying to swipe one from me, and lots of luck, I might add.
What's nice about being on the bestseller list also is that it's discounted in a lot of stores this week, too.
Good morning, go ahead.
Yes, welcome to Cleveland, Mimi. I faithfully read your column every week in Soap Opera Weekly.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You. And please make return visits. Also, I'd like to ask your opinion of Other World. A large group of us are really hooked on Another World. We think the best actors, Charles Keating.
Isn't he fine? There's nobody like Charles, you know, who is a Shakespearean actor.
Does a lot of work here at the Cleveland Playhouse.
He is I think Another World has one of the finest casts on daytime. Absolutely. I really do.
And they're bringing Cale Brown back.
Yes, they're bringing Cale Brown back. And I think that the show deserves to be much, much higher in the ratings. I'll never understand why it's languishing second from the bottom.
I think I know why.
Oh, okay. Well, you can certainly give your opinion. When I'm through, Lynda.
Well, that'll be forever.
No, I'm only kidding. Lynda and I have known each other for years and years and years. No, actually, let's find out why Lynda thinks the show is languishing at the bottom, because it is one of the best shows on daytime.
Because of NBC's daytime schedule. 2 shows do not a daytime schedule make.
No, that's true.
And it's not carried in a lot of the affiliates at the same time. Thank you very much.
It's true. When they dropped Generations, and then Santa Barbara, we really realized that the NBC soaps were in great trouble, because 2 soaps, it's very hard to keep people tuned into a network, which is the best way to have people watch soaps. But Another World, their numbers are up. They may still be, you know, down in the ratings, but their numbers are up and their demographics are better. And at the Christmas party this year, John Rohrbeck from NBC announced the show would for sure have another year. The sad part is that they are living from year to year. And, but I think that they are committed to the show, and I'm very happy to hear that you're a fan. And please tell all your friends to keep watching, because it really does need everybody's
See why I got
support.
my words in first?
Yeah.
Hey, Fred.
They've got some, I think they've got a really good writing team put together now.
Yes, their new team especially.
Yes.
Do you ever have a feeling we're unnecessary and unnecessary?
Who are these 2?
I love this kind of...
Why don't you rest,
This is great.
have a manager?
You know what, let's do.
We'll just mention a
little
couple of
break.
quick things here. We'll mention that,
Bill
that
Harris.
Michael Sutton, Bill Harris is
Where
just
is
up
Bill?
ahead, and he's
there he
over
is.
yonder. He is, and
There's
also
Not quite yet.
Michael Sutton, who is from GH. He'll be with us just in a
He
little while.
plays
too.
Stone. We'll take a little break here. We'll be back with more soap gossip. But first it's our motorcycle.